BCTV and WB&H thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
He can run things at the left side. Now Helton stings the top corner. Hodgson Rogers, she gets the edge, tries to split the defenders, does. Bounce shot is good.
Back kicks, deals, fastball swung on and missed.
Oh, big hit there from Page, and that's going to go over the wall.
Now Muir looks in the middle, finds Matagano, and she buries Foddy's up top as Green runs through all of them. Beautiful pass backside, and Kahn with another save. Welcome back to Bedford, New Hampshire at Bedford High School. I say welcome back as this is the second half of a doubleheader lacrosse action this afternoon. The girls team took on the Merrimack Tomahawks and prevailed 16-6 in the first half of this doubleheader. Now we will see the boys team take on the Exeter Bluehawks. This is a number 2, number 3 matchup and an exciting evening of lacrosse action. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger, joined here in the booth by Jay Abendroth. Jay, what are you expecting for tonight's action?
Yeah, these are two teams that know each other well. High-level lacrosse. This is when it matters. They talk about winning when it counts, and so I think for Bedford, they got to get off quickly. They've got some folks inserted into the lineup like Brody Helton, John Purnell, first game back, and so really no excuses as they're trending up. They got to get on top of this team early. Hopefully they keep Exeter off the score sheet.
Two players they expected to contribute all season, now just starting to see action here late in the regular season. Face-off win by Dylan Riccio, and the Bulldogs will get the first offensive possession of the game. Helton now will take a shot, top side, can't hit it, he's far left. Yeah, Bennett Matthews and Brody Helton trying to make that frequent connection.
Yeah, excuse me, we see it right off the bat. Riccio making the nice play, running it down with Bennett and Brody. That connection, as you said, is one that's it's born out of a lot of passes, and good first opportunity for Bedford.
Kobe Rubin presses the issue, tries to go top side lefty, gets the goal line extended, but his shot does not make much of a chance on goal. Ronan Wilbur leads the clear for the Exeter Bluehawks. Now they'll get their first offensive possession. Early going here, first quarter. Bluehawks will take it behind. Here's Matt Wilhelm. All the way back up top. Sam Gibney will take it from top right. Puts it his left hand, will go down the alley. All the way behind, Wilhelm again. Bowls over the defender, gets some good help quickly. Nice sliding defense, but keeping the stick protected. Declan Sankovic, I believe. We have some roster issues going on, but this is an attackman listed as number 10, I believe. That's Declan Sankovic.
Yeah, nice job. Good strong hands. Bedford actually had the right slides, but they weren't able to come with body, really more of the stick. And Declan there able to power one home. Good start for Exeter. Let's see what Bedford can do. These two teams know each other. So previously in the year, Bedford won 11-8. But again, it's this time of year, everything starts fresh.
Yeah, I think that might have actually been Griffin Gennard. He's listed as a midfielder. He trotted off. 10 is not out there, I don't think, on the attack line for the Bluehawks. So I believe that was Griffin Gennard. Save there. shot by Riccio as he won the face-off.
Yeah, that fooled me. I thought that actually went in with his angle. I don't know how he actually got it on the side of the net, but he ended up doing it. For the goalie, the side of the net is a save, and here we see Exeter again on the offensive.
Sean Ha back up top. Sam Gibney. And again, apologies to everybody out there cheering on from over in Exeter. Some of these numbers on our roster are drastically wrong. We went through a little bit of an exercise to start, so we're doing what we can. For all those folks tuning in on Blue Hawk TV this evening, we appreciate you joining us, as well as all of the Bedford fans joining on BC TV HD 1072.
Yeah, it's kind of like dealer's choice tonight.
Yeah, you know,
we're going to send a lot of names.
Yeah, and if it's right, it's right. Great. Makes us look good. If it's wrong, I'd just say sorry, and hopefully you accept that apology. Backside, beautiful feed. Sean Ha feeds that backside. Spectacular finish. Little twister on that backside.
Yeah, number 16 here just
Tommy
gets
Graves
all alone there. Bedford all eyes on the ball, and that was about as easy as it gets for Exeter. Catch and dunk there. Bedford probably feeling a little bit of the jitters, a little bit of the nerves. It's a nice day. It's getting into playoff season, big game, but they got to settle down here and play some sound defense.
They need some good shots too. I mean, that's the first two possessions didn't necessarily have the best opportunities. Yes, they got shots off, but not necessarily what you would call good scoring chances. As Riccio wins the face-off, the defender breaks his stick. Feed down in the middle, and it's going to be a turnover again. Pass off the stick of the cutting attackman. That was Chase Barrett scooping up the ground ball, handing it back to Wilbur. Near side, Cam Knowles. They climb the ladder. Logan Schwalge. Now they get it to Sam Gibney. They'll work down the near side. Back to Graves. Here's Gibney. Gibney now. Down the alley. Fire it behind. Getting high side, lefty shot. Sails high, that was Matt Wilhelm. Tough sun angle right now, we should mention, for Ethan Kahn. Sun is setting to his low right, top right, excuse me. So any shot from that angle, he really needs to use that visor to help him. Feet up top, bounce shot low and wide outside right. Pass Kahn.
And we see Exeter being pretty disciplined as it gets to their offensive sets. They're taking their time, and they're getting some pretty easy looks as we see another look down here.
Great save.
Great save.
Ethan Kahn.
Yeah, look down, excuse me, I meant step down as Kahn was able to stand tall. But again, Exeter able to find and exploit those openings. Love to see Bedford calm down a little bit and play a little bit more complementary help defense.
Helton here gets the ball checked away. Chase Barrett with the caused turnover. Scoops up the ground ball too. This Exeter defense doing quite well here in the early going.
Yeah, and this looks like an Exeter team that was ready to walk off the bus and play, and Bedford, unfortunately, a little bit flat right now. There's plenty of time, especially when you have Dylan Riccio at the face-off score. This can turn around quickly, but they got to up the intensity here a little bit.
All the way backside. Time of possession heavily favoring the Blue Hawks so far early in this first quarter. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the first. Save by Kahn, stick save. High stick side, pretty easy one for Kahn to make, but his outlet pass sails high. They turn it over, and they give the Blue Hawks another possession, but they return the favor, potentially chasing it down on the outside. Wilhelm catches up with the ground ball, keeps it in.
Yeah, just very sloppy from Bedford, and it's again a little bit like some expectation setting in, like this was going to be easy, or they were going to be able to, kind of just walk their way through this, and not the case from Exeter.
Not the case at all, as Wilhelm puts the Blue Hawks up 3-0.
And Coach Gaudreau quick to the bench there. I think we're seeing, just this is where the matchups matter, and I think Bedford does have some pretty strong talent. They have Dylan Riccio here at the face-off X, as we talked about, but they got to stem the tide here, and they absolutely need a solid possession because this defense is a little bit on their heels.
You see Ethan Hare come in on the defensive side. Freshman getting some burn throughout most of the season. Now he's getting substituted in here pretty quickly. Riccio again with the face-off win. Now it's in the hands of senior leader Bennett Matthews. See if they can get an extended possession here. Bryson Durso. Now back. Dax Becker. He draws Nico Thomas.
Goal was by number 15, Matthew Wilhelm.
Becker draws the double. Sees the cutter from behind. Score. Kobe Rubin rounds the corner. Despite his diminutive stature, goes up high and buries for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we see this Becker, really nice job, runs through the stick at number 13, and Rubin, no stranger to getting hit and knocked down, but that kid takes a licking and puts the ball in the back of the net. Absolutely what Bedford needed. I see too, Exeter, I think this is where scouting comes in. Bedford struggled with BG. BG team really extended out and played them really wide, and I think Bedford really has to win those one-on-ones like Becker did there, and it's going to open up a lot of shooting lanes. So they have to continue to exploit the one-on-one matchups.
Another face-off win for the Bulldogs. Durso gets checked from behind though, couldn't protect the stick. Rubin gets cleaned out. Ooh, tough call there. I'm not sure that was a foul, as Rubin got planted, but they do call a push. That might have just been Kobe Rubin again being somewhat small.
And, you know, the little guys count too.
They sure do.
Protect them. What's kind of odd is I think he actually had that ball on his stick, so it's either a flag or it's no good.
Matthews rings one off the post. Tried the underhand riser. Wilbur with a little help from his friend Post Malone making an early appearance here at Bedford High School. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. The Blue Hawks will turn it over on their clear. 3-1 lead early for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, a little bit lucky there, but Bedford just a sheer throwaway. But again, they got to use these opportunities. They got to keep the ball in their possession and get a little bit of time of possession on their side, because this game is a bit frantic, and Bedford, just the basics. They're missing on the passes and catches.
Rubin taking it hard again, gets another one. Kobe Rubin just rounding the corner, dipping his shoulder, getting the inside position. And Rubin buries two early ones for Kobe Rubin.
Yeah, the heart of a lion. Look at him running in here. Maybe some like Manny Pacquiao type of thing. Like, who's got that? Who's got that heart? But yeah, credit to the kid going in, and he knows he's going to get hit. But he's got a very quick first step, and I don't think a lot of defenders give him credit for that. So he's able to exploit it, get around. But yeah, I think he's been on the ground 5-6 times already today. But good job, 2 goals.
Let's keep those stats if you can throughout the rest of the game. 2 goals, 5 times on the ground. I think he'll take those 5 times on the ground if he keeps racking up goals at this rate. Riccio facing off against the long stick defenseman, Jackson Laranger. Durso, Rubin, Hattie? No, he pulls it out.
That's actually a really nice play by Rubin. Kind of sensed it, didn't push it, knew he had to get a possession, and here we go. Sorry, the ground, but you gotta cherish that rock. You can't give it away.
Tough one there, a little low for Dax Becker. He can't handle it, and the Bulldogs turn it over. You like to see a few extra steps there, make the easier pass, give it to him where he can catch it. So a little sloppy there on the Bulldogs, setting up their offense. Riccio, again, just winning face-off after face-off, but you can't turn it over there.
No, and that's the one that just drives coaches crazy, because there's no reason why. There's absolutely no reason, no pressure. But again, here we see Bedford on defense. Let's see if they can play some 6-on-6 and get the ball back.
Griffin Gennard up top. Draws the defender. Here's Trevor Abendroff. Forcing him to his left. Nice job pushing him to his weak side. Missed pass there as it goes back to Sam Gibney. Over to Sean Ha. Noah Lawless defending for the Bulldogs. You'd like to see these long sticks get out there and put a little pressure on the ball handlers. Coming high inside. They can't make the connection, and Abendroth comes away with a nice ground ball.
Yeah, nice defense there. It's almost as if they had Exeter guessing a little bit on what to do, how to manage the defense. Yes, the young buck doing okay there, clearing, and again we see another turnover. These are things that just don't have to happen. You work so hard on defense to get that ball back, and here it is, another gift to Exeter.
Abendroth could have pressed the 2-on-1 there. He decided to hang out. Purnell tried to pass behind, but his pass off the mark for Rubin. Tries to ride here. Bulldogs getting sticks and gloves, but the Blue Hawks handling it well. They turn away. Here's Luke Caron.
Yeah, we see here, Exeter's really, I don't know if they're confused or they're just looking for certain matchups, but very hesitant when it comes into the midfield to take on the Bedford defenders.
Gibney now takes on Santos, the long stick midfielder. They move it around quickly, looking for the cutter backside. Nice defense. Tried to stuff it in on that short side. No angle. I believe we had a crease violation, so the Bulldogs will pick it up.
Yeah, there's tough angle shots and literally no angle shots. He was behind the goal.
Drew Clark will step it in. Gets his stick check. Needs to protect that butt end a little better. Just didn't expect his pursuing defender to get any iron there. Now the Bulldogs, again, put it on the turf. Becker was able to pick it up, though. Becker lefty. Looks to feed inside, pulls it down, though. Getting chased around by Nico Thomas. Back to Becker. Now up top, here's Helton. Look to go, but he gets ripped.
Yeah, nice poke check.
Phenomenal poke check. Chase Barrett anticipated the face dodge, timed his check beautifully, and rips Helton. Alex Kerrigan now for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, and I think, there's each turnover has its own little story and a difference. That's one you don't love by any stretch, but Brody out there trying to go one-on-one. It was a nice check. You give that up versus just the throwaways. And so I like the idea of the isolation. Bedford's been able to run around a little bit on Exeter. I'd love to see some cuts and some passes off of that, but I think that we're going to see more of the ISO offense as we go into this game.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Gibney now takes the short stick defender behind. That's Matthews. Feed backside, tips off of Ethan Kahn in the middle. Nice ground ball by Hare. He gets in trouble, though, as he draws 3 defenders and gets it back to Kahn.
Yeah, that's when we're just asking for help. Someone, please.
You take it. Will Frangelo up to the middle. Matthews. Long pass in the middle. Again, tough one there. Trying for the home run ball with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Prefer they get a better opportunity there. It was a nice cut, but that's a tough pass from 35 yards away.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was open. Purnell was open, but he was too close to the goalie, too. So it was always going to be almost double teamed as we get down to 14, 13 seconds here.
Sean Ha, nice trail check there. Cam Santos waited for the dangle. Was able to get that ball free. Ball still on the ground, 4 seconds to go. It finds an Exeter stick. They shoot, but it's going to be high. Kahn gets a stick on it anyway. That'll do it for the first quarter of action. 3 straight goals by the Exeter Blue Hawks put them up 3-0, but 2 were answered pretty quickly, both by scrappy attackman Kobe Rubin, leaving the score 3-2 after 1. Take a quick minute here in between quarters to thank our underwriters. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank them for supporting our sports coverage live throughout this spring season. Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Appreciate their support. Thoughts from that first quarter, Jay? 3-2 after 1.
Yeah, I think if to be honest, I think both teams can take a lot of good out of that. If you're Bedford, you say, hey, we played a terrible quarter and took it, and here we are down 1, and we've got a lot of positive momentum. And on Exeter, it's like, look, we scored 3 goals, and we took advantage of them falling flat. So I think it's, both teams can walk out of this, and I think they should. There's a lot of lacrosse to go. But the sloppiness just has to go away if you're Bedford. And then for Exeter, again, a little bit more crisp of execution when it comes into the midfield. They were burning a lot of time waiting for opportunities.
See some highlights from that first quarter of action. Goals by Griffin Gennard, Matt Wilhelm, and Tommy Graves for Exeter. On the Bedford Bulldogs side, like we said, Kobe Rubin getting his hands dirty. 2 goals for Rubin. As you said, about 4 or 5 times he had trips to the turf. Either way, it doesn't matter. He came up with 2 goals, 2 important goals, as the momentum was clearly in favor of this Blue Hawk squad as they started this game.
AKA Pacquiao.
Pacquiao. We're going to call him Pacquiao now?
Pac-Man.
Mighty Mouse?
Yep, something like that.
I say diminutive. He's really small.
He is.
I mean,
he is.
Although he's standing next to some of his teammates that are bigger, like Helton's big boy. But yeah, Kobe. Love his energy, love his speed. As you mentioned, I think some of the defenders mistake him for being a little bit slower than he is. I liked his second goal there where he dipped the shoulder, protected his stick, got some space, and buried.
Yeah, you can't do anything about your size. That's given to you, but how you use it is. He's done a great job this year, and look to him to continue. He is the spark right now for Bedford, the one really going into the teeth and scoring. So I'd like to see him leading from the front.
And even in their first possession, he drove hard lefty from X there. His shot wasn't on cage, but again, showing his aggressive approach to start this game.
Yeah, and we see here on the midfield, it's going to be a flag, I think, unfortunately. But with Riccio winning so many faceoffs, they've got a long pole against him just to try to slow that down.
They call a push on Durso there from behind. He will go in the box and feel shame. Just 9 seconds into this second quarter, the Blue Hawks will see their first man-up opportunity of the game. First man-up, man-down situation for either team so far. And they will start top left in a 2-3-1. Approach from behind. Get it out to the right wing. Now back up top. Bulldogs playing a 5-man rotation. In this man down. Pass skips off a attackman's stick. The Bulldogs go offside. They could scrap for possession there at midfield, but a foot goes over the line. So the Blue Hawks get possession.
Yeah, and Bedford lucky there. They were getting caught in a bad rotation. They have to keep playing here. Unfortunate to step over, but
feed into the middle and a goal. Tommy Graves with the assist. Sean Ha with the goal. Quick passing, nice handle inside as Ha is able to slip the defender. The rotation was a little slow on that backside, and they capitalize on the man up. EMO goal for the Blue Hawks, puts them up 2.
Yeah, and that's something that Bedford has struggled with all year, that second pass, that, just being a little bit lackadaisical. Cam Santos was there, but didn't have his stick on stick, and Sean Ha is a good player, been playing for 4 years, and he just was able to sneak in and get there, and I just think that it's something that Bedford has to, ratchet up a little bit of intensity. His stick should be on the ground, in my opinion, versus letting him catch and have time to shoot before he gets moved.
Durso out of the box and into the offensive area. They get it back up top. Here's Bennett Matthews, standout midfielder. Slide comes early. He redodges, gets to his left. Now takes the double team on. Attackman, save. Inside. Ronan Wilbur with the save.
Yeah, got
the Bulldogs can't take advantage of that odd man situation. Savo Ftorek can't finish with that left hand.
Yeah, nice save by the goalie. He was able to get those wickets closed, and Savo went high, fake lie, tried to go the bouncer between, and goalie stood up and was able to stop that. That was a big turning point, I think, here early in the game.
Great save for Wilbur. Prevents the quick answer after the extra man goal by Ha. And now Ha again, top right of Kahn. They'll have a go righty. Slide comes early. They find the player open on the crease. Deflects off a defender's stick. And Karen cannot make the connection. But the failed clears are starting to rack up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, again, that was something that didn't have to happen. A drop in the middle. I think, too, on that shot, we saw Bedford get a little overzealous, and there was a shot on goal. Basically, even though it was a little bit of a twister, it was wide open, and Bedford has to clamp down on that.
Came early on the slide. You don't mind the early slide, but you definitely need the second to back you up to help release. Player definitely was not beat. Pass inside, zero angle for High, looks for the quick back, and now they find the opposite corner. Alex Kerrigan. Pass was not meant for him, but he's in the right place at the right time as it skips off a teammate's stick. Ha, as you see, was looking back in the middle. Can't connect with Karen, but it deflects right to Kerrigan. Kerrigan cashes.
Yeah, again, story of this game thus far. Bedford just a step behind when it comes to cutters, and Exeter really taking it to them. Credit to them coming off the bus and being ready to play. Again, these are things Bedford can get over, and it starts here at the face-off X, but they got to get going quick here so they can start, making a dent in this and getting some momentum into the second half.
Hold called on the Blue Hawks. Matthews picks it up quickly. Lefty shot misses wide right. Like him pressing the issue. He needs to do that. Needs to get more assertive in this game. He's drawing long stick defender after long stick defender, as you would imagine. And they're going to double quickly. Rubin takes it hard. Shot goes outside right. They're going to guard Rubin with Cullen Scarrett. Short stick defender, and as we've talked about in previous broadcasts, as an attackman, that's your job to go hard at that short stick defender. Here's Helton.
Yeah, absolutely. They're pulling another bad pass, but he's
way offside.
There's a different line there that we're playing, but that's okay. The freshman there, Ethan, a little bit
just unaware of which line was which. He goes over the 50 pretty quickly. He's offside.
I know they collect stats at Bedford, and he was just stat mining there, trying to get the ground ball.
Trying to get the Hoover Award today.
You got it. But again, it's a bad pass. It's just a flat-out bad pass looking for Bennett Matthews, who had some space, but sidearm pass. Got to take care of this ball.
Pass there a little short for the Blue Hawk behind. Tommy Graves. Now they'll pull him way out. Here's Sam Gibney. He wants to have a go. Santos trails. Bounce shot. Kahn with the save. Great positioning there for Kahn. Ball trickles out on the far sideline. Kerrigan there to back it up for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, Kahn, nice save. Didn't panic. Really kind of stayed still and was able to bounce that off his leg. They need him right now, and he's delivering as Exeter taking a lot of free runs at the goal here.
A lot of big righty sweeps. Kahn, outlet pass. That one worked. Hare will have the 4-on-3. Let's see what they can do with it. Well, not much. Held on to the ball way too long, and the defense came up, checked that butt end that was sticking out. Ball's on the ground. Hare does nicely to get a stick on it, but it gets checked out again. Bulldogs finally get possession. They'll call a quick timeout. Great call there by Coach Gaudreau. As he saw his team let up 2 goals here to start the second quarter, he wants to stem the tide there with an important possession. They trail 5-2.
Yeah, good timeout, and Hare, really nice catch. Got down there, and Exeter basically showed Savo Vitorik was open, coming down right in Hare's eyes, but the defender stayed instead of sliding, and then got him a little bit confused. The vice grips got tight, and here we go. But, it's a good timeout. Bedford still has another opportunity.
Slide actually came from Ethan Hare's left there. If we can see that on the replay. Now we're doing some other stuff here. No worries. There's the goal again on the replay. Sam Ha in tight, scoring on the extra man opportunity. Here's the deflection that just caromed perfectly to Alex Kerrigan's stick. the junior attackman, able to cash in on that. Those 2 goals here to start this second quarter. Again, this is the second half of a lacrosse doubleheader. The first half played by the Bedford girls team as they took on the visiting Merrimack Tomahawks. They came away with a 16-6 victory, pushing their record to 8-7. The Tomahawks fall to 8-5. Bulldogs girls team looking to get into postseason play. I think they're in the 8th seed at this point in time, so good win for them. They visit Sauhegan tomorrow evening at 5:30 to close their regular season. The boys Bulldogs team, as you are seeing here, playing Exeter, a 2-3 matchup. Blue Hawks ahead 5-2 so far. They will travel, the Bedford team will travel to Keene Monadnock tomorrow, 5:30 game. And we're back in action. Trying to round the corner there. Matthews can't get it to go. Excuse me, that was not Matthews, that was Becker. Matthews now with the ball. Quickly double team. Durso, far side, skips off of John Purnell's stick. Great ground ball as the Exeter Blue Hawks come away with it. And now Coach Brewster will take a timeout as they gain possession for the Exeter Blue Hawks.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity there for Bedford. They one more swing and a catch, and Purnell, you know, the kid's rusty. He hasn't played all year. You're not going to blame him for that. However, from a game standpoint, that was the right play. The ball was swinging, and he was going to step into a shot there from the backside. And so, again, this is what we're seeing Bedford now. That's really the tail of the tape, is just sloppiness and taking care of the ball on offense.
And you can see the Blue Hawks have, again, that scouting report. It's quite clear that Bennett Matthews is going to draw a very quick double team, as he should, as he demands. We're also seeing a similar thing for Brody Helton, drawing quick doubles whenever he tries to drive. So those backside players, those off-ball cuts are going to be open. We're going to see those throughout the rest of this game. It's whether or not those players who are on the receiving end can make the sure-handed catch and do something with it at that point.
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, this is a good game for both. I mean, both teams are going to the playoffs, and it's a very tight game. Obviously, you want to win for momentum, but for Bedford, you're getting people inserted into the lineup that weren't otherwise here all game. John Purnell, you get Brody Helton with another game, and I think it's a great opportunity for them to, knock off some rust. But, this is getting to that point where, you win or go home, and we're not there yet. But it's good to have that heightened sense of intensity here, and I think this is a really good test for Bedford this late in the year.
Blue Hawks with possession. Gibney gets double teamed right away. Ball pops out of the stick. If they're smart, they'll let it go out of bounds, and they do. It'll be Bulldogs possession. Matthews picks it up quick. Here's Purnell.
Yeah, very nice defense there by Purnell and Brody Helton, just standing up the Exeter player and nowhere to go.
Gibney drawing the double team quickly. Here's Rubin. Pressure is on. Logan Schwalje applying that. Nice little stutter there in the middle. Flags Becker. Flags are down. I think we're going to have a hold.
There was something. I think there was, players stacked on top of each other at some point.
Matthews spin move. Shot goes too high. We will get a foul called. I believe that's Griffin Gennard heading off. 1 minute illegal body check. So now the Bulldogs will have their first EMO opportunity of the game.
See what I'm doing there, Corey? I'm just saying the Exeter player.
Yes, yeah. Again, that's a nice technique given our snafu with the roster this evening. Again, apologies if we're jacking somebody's name up, either pronunciation or just the complete wrong person. Either way. Attempt at hidden ball. Pass inside to Helton. His shot goes too high.
They were lucky to get the backup there. Ruben was very close to being above the goal line extended, but very, very lucky. Nice play. They found Helton there in the middle a lot this year as he kind of floats around, and get that on cage, and you got a good chance at scoring.
Helton will take a rip.
Love it. Never saw a shot he didn't like.
Oh, man, it's great. You see some of those guys in old man basketball, right? They'll shoot all day long. Doesn't mean they'll go in.
That's right.
Matthews will wind up, and this time the Blue Hawks are there for the backup. Tough shot there. The defender did well to get in the way. Actually took more of an ice hockey approach and sacrificed the body to get the shot block. And the Blue Hawks will clear it out near side. Tough handle there for Chase Barrett. Helton will chase him down from behind. Now Wilbur. Got to be getting close to failure to advance, but they finally get over, and there is an offside. They reach for the flag, and there it is. So Purnell goes offside. He might as well get back in the play now, and now he realizes it and goes over. So he'll contribute while it is a delayed flag situation. Just inside 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 5-2 lead for the Blue Hawks. And they'll slow things down here as Wilhelm, sure-handed on the possession, gives it off to Karen. And now Gibney. Santos chopping trees. Back up top for Kerrigan. Beneficiary of a good bounce. Shot here is blocked. Santos scoops it up. He gets possession. They'll blow it dead as there is a flag down. John Purnell will go into the box and feel shame. 30 seconds for offsides. 4:24 to go. First half. The Blue Hawks looking to extend their lead. They're up 3.
Yeah, I think if you're Exeter, and then no discredit to their toughness and their ability, but having lost the first game, coming on the road and coming here to a Bedford team that's won a bunch in a row, you may feel like you're stole a couple, quarter and a half here with Bedford just really not possessing the ball and taking care of it. It's been a really nice showing from Exeter, putting the ball in the back of the net, because sometimes that's the hardest thing to do is finishing, and they've done a great job really turning the tide on this game, and it's really tilted their way.
They jumped out to a 3-goal lead. 2 goals by Kobe Rubin brought the Bulldogs back to within one. But the Blue Hawks with a shot there off to the left. Blue Hawks scored twice here to open the second quarter, push it back to a 3-goal lead. Good action there for Gibney, but his shot goes wide left. Now they'll go free. Shot wide right. Penalty is released. We're back to 6-on-6 action here in the Bedford defensive end.
Yeah, and as you said, very nice action from Exeter. They were putting Bedford in a choice, and they were winning those. They're just not able to get the ball on goal and into the back of the net. So Bedford dodged them there, I think, a little bit.
Pushing their D way out. Lawless applying pressure to Wilhelm. Gibney, righty sweep again. Kahn with the save. Rebound out. Abendroth can't pull down the GB. Up quick for Santos, though. He gets chased down. Kerrigan, but now it's back to a odd man situation. Santos shot save. Pretty easy one there for Wilbur. And now the Blue Hawks back off and running. About 3 minutes left here in this first half. Stutters. Kahn with a save. Beauty. Kerrigan with the rebound. Blue Hawks back behind. And Kerrigan smartly will pull it down and settle.
Yeah, and I was chuckling a bit. Really nice play, and Santos had probably a 30-yard. He wanted that ball, and gotta love it. He's had some really good success as it comes to the offensive end. Wasn't able to collect there, but Bedford's itching to get out and run.
Good hustle there by the Bulldogs. Abendroth with a push from behind, though, awards possession back to the Blue Hawks. Exeter works it behind. Offside, a little bit of space there. And now up top, here's Gibney. Kerrigan back up top for
And I think Bedford's in some type of zone here.
Just about to ask about that, if you're seeing a zone as well. Santos will go out, apply pressure, and get a slash.
Yeah.
Flags are down everywhere. It looked like at least 2 of the 3 officials threw their dirty laundry.
Yeah, that's okay if it's at the front, but not okay if it's at the back and up near the head. So Cam's going to go to the bench here, and Kahn catching that. But again, a very close-in shot. The back help just not quite getting there. Kahn keeping him in this game.
He sure is. He has at least 4 or 5 saves keeping the Bedford Bulldogs within striking distance. 5-2 is your score, but the Exeter Bluehawks looking at another man-up opportunity here as the 1-minute penalty for Santos is called on the slash. 1:51 left in this first half.
Yeah, and if you're watching at home, you may say, well, the defender was right there. There's a big difference between your body being next to the player and your stick being on their stick, and that's just not what Bedford's coming with. They got good body position, but they are not coming with their stick and knocking the balls to the ground.
This defense is needing a little bit of urgency here as Exeter runs their play, gets some motion off ball. Little fake handoff, backside, shot goes near side, outside of the cage. Kahn looked to chase. Big bounce back into play for Wilhelm.
Like box lacrosse there.
He'll give it up. Graves will start the action from X. He'll drive the near side, switch off to that right wing. Exeter patient on offense here as they look to squeeze. Shot, stick side high for Kahn. Not a tough save for him at all. He'll dish off to that far side. Here's Abendroth.
1 minute.
Tries to put the wheels on. He's going to get doubled and pinwheeled. Stick comes out of his hand. So he'll get called for interference. Although looks like the Bulldogs might have called timeout before the pinwheel. So phenomenal call by Coach Gaudreau. He saw Abendroth heading into trouble. Got that timeout called just before he lost possession.
That's one where you say, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate that. So the Bulldogs will take time. They still trail 3 here with 56 seconds to go in the first half, 5-2. Goals again by Sean Ha, Griffin Gennard, Matt Wilhelm, Tommy Graves, and Alex Kerrigan for the Bluehawks. The only scorer for the Bulldogs, Kobe Rubin. Some down and dirty jobs in that first quarter. Still, they're going to need a lot more offense. You can't win a game scoring only 2 goals and a half.
Maybe Matt Rowe. Remember Matt Rowe, dirty jobs?
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Pacquiao,
I like that.
Yeah, okay. We're just building a resume. We're just building a list.
Mighty Mouse, you didn't like that one.
We'll throw it into ChatGPT later. We'll figure it out.
We'll workshop it. We can workshop it.
Well, it's funny going back to the game. I think Bedford dodged one there. Wilhelm, we had a good view of it. I'm not sure if we're going to see a replay on that last shot, but it was kind of an awkward, just straight overhand that hit Kahn right in the stick. So I'm not sure if that was really the one they were looking for if you're Exeter, but Bedford lucky to get the ball back here with 56 seconds left.
Adding to that, Wilhelm was top left of Kahn, so his right-handed shot was to the outside, giving him even less of an angle. Matthews, 2 spin moves, uses his quarterback skills to dodge defenders at that 45-yard line. Gets over midfield. Dax Becker on the far side. He receives some instruction from the coaching staff. Drives hard lefty. Pass inside. Score. Savo Vtorek got a glance off of Ronan Wilbur, but it doesn't matter. It tickles the twine, and it's back to a 2-goal game.
Yeah, Vtorek, the goalie in hockey, and you can see him wide open here and really kind of, when I watch him play, I think of him doing like toe drags and stuff. He kind of dangles the stick out and is able to change angle pretty quickly. That was a huge goal. I was actually going to say you gotta get something here if you're Bedford, and they had a freshman and a junior come through for them. Really nice, encouraging sign for Bedford.
Riccio wins the ensuing faceoff. Matthews now. Short stick defender on him. But he's got a backer basically as they're going to double team him. They switch off. Gets around the corner. Shot just high over the crossbar. Backed up by Vtorek. Like seeing Matthews go heavy there. He'll draw long stick defender Jackson Laranger.
Yeah, and that one just needed to be on cage as we see.
10 seconds.
Backer from behind. Got to move, young buck.
Press it. Gets the goal line extended. Vtorek. Shot gets blocked out on that left side. It'll fiddle around on that far side. The scrum ends up with the ball still on the turf. Nobody gains possession, and that'll do it. First half closes. Score here in Bedford, 5-3, the visiting Bluehawks ahead by 2. Quick scoring summary there again for the Bluehawks. Goals by Sean Ha, Griffin Gennard, Matt Wilhelm, Tommy Graves, and Alex Kerrigan, 1 each for the Bulldogs. Over for them, 2 goals by Kobe Rubin, 1 by Salvo Fatorik. That'll do it for their game summary. We got 10 minutes on the board for halftime. We will join you on the other side for second half action of Division I lacrosse action here from Bedford High School. We'll see you in a few.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
Welcome back to Bedford High School in Bedford, New Hampshire, where the visiting Exeter Bluehawks lead the Bedford Bulldogs 5-3 at halftime. My name's Corey Munster-Tiger, joined in the booth tonight by Jay Abendroth. Jay, thoughts on that first half of action?
Yeah, it did not lack interest and excitement. I will say that Exeter did a very nice job kind of handling the situation, and good stops, take the ball away one-on-one, clearing, and really sneaking in and getting some good goals, whereas Bedford, I think, probably showed a little bit more intensity is a nice way to say it, but I think what that did is brought along some mistakes. And so, okay, here we are in the second half. Your coach Gaudreau, you're saying, all right, it's time to settle down, guys. Let's get a good quarter. They talk about winning the first 5 minutes of every quarter. I think that's the theme you're looking at here.
12 minutes back on the board. We're ready for this third quarter to start. Face off, ready to go. Riccio again pulls, gets possession. They've adapted their face-off strategy as they're putting Jackson Laranger up there for the Exeter Bluehawks. Still not able to do much against Dylan Riccio, who's been dominant at the face-off X. Gets possession for the Bulldogs again. Matthews looks to go one-on-one. Waits for the defender to move out of the way. Hits the post. Like the go. Ground ball rebound comes all the way out for Helton near midfield. Durso fires behind. Rubin gets the inside again, and another one. He's crafty. And that's why you see him scoring left and right. That craftiness shown there again. Durso from up top.
He just, the number 7 knew he was beat. Just Rubin had him on skates going one way, and man, what a great change of direction. How about this? How about Simba? Heart of a lion. Maybe a little much, a little force, but we'll keep working.
Okay,
but I tell you, this kid keeps scoring. We'll keep talking about it.
I was thinking Muggsy Bogues.
Ooh, all right,
I mean,
Spud Webb.
Yeah, like 5'3", 100 and nothing. Rudy? Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep workshopping it.
He's going to come back in 3 years, 6'10", and say, what are you guys talking about?
They go inside again. Purnell gets wiped out from behind. They'll call a push from behind as the Bulldogs press the action. But that was a huge goal. Rubin brings the Bulldogs back to within one. 5-4 now your score. The excitement level should ratchet up from here.
Yeah, and they really, Durso saw Purnell there on the step. Wilbur took care of him, kind of fell on him, and I would say that was probably a force, but they're really trying to push the issue here.
Matthews tries to split 2 defenders. They close the gap. They put the ball on the turf, and they gain possession. Exeter will try to clear it out now as the Bulldogs put some heavy pressure on this defense. Wilbur chased by Rubin. They finally find the open clearing midi. That's Sean Ha near the box. Back up top. Couple quick passes. Lefty shot outside left of Ethan Kahn's cage. He was down and on it. But that ball harmlessly outside of the goal frame. Back up top, Gibney. Draws the short stick defender, Trevor Abendroth. They pick him off. Bulldogs look like they're in a zone defense here again. Up top for Gennard. Gibney. They'll run the wheel. They'll look inside and they'll turn it over. They can't make the connection inside. The Blue Hawks unsuccessful in that offensive possession. Matthews with a head of steam. Almost outruns his own feet. Now he draws the defender, Helton. Cross pass, Purnell looks for the shot. Or was it a pass to Rubin? Can't quite tell. Rubin, Muggsy Bogues is back there scrapping for the ground ball. But the Blue Hawks come away with it. Cam Knowles pitches it over to Wilbur.
Yeah, everything but the finish there. I think Purnell found himself just a few steps behind goal line extended when he should have been in front. Had to pass it to Rubin, and the Exeter defense was running back and squeezing. So everything but the execution there.
Wilbur needed to basically Gilman it. And now Santos comes away with a ground ball. And now they can't make the connection at midfield. Lawless has it go off his stick. Some swinging sticks there, harmless though, no foul. No flags fly. The Bulldogs retreat back to their zone defense.
Yeah, and I will say, there's even though the ball continues to get on the ground for Bedford, we are seeing a little bit of, they're stretching out a little bit more, they're talking a little bit more, and I think they understand the urgency right now. This is where you are in the year. This has to be a win against a team you think you're going to win against, one of the top in the sheet, and they've got to be able to come through here, and we're seeing that come in Bedford's play.
Seeing a little daylight here, but shot going high and outside, Alex Kerrigan. With the zone defense, though, I'm curious about the mentality. If they can extend pressure here, the zone gives you the freedom to get out there and make aggressive defensive plays because you have your left and your right covered. If you get burnt, you're able to recover pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I think too, I was wondering if coach was going to go here because what it does is it parks someone in the middle of the crease on defense, and so you're not kind of trying to come from behind. You've got someone standing there, hopefully fronting the ball, and so those easy, call them easy, but those easy passes inside aren't there.
Wilhelm steps in from that left side, rips lefty and beats Kahn. Pushes the score to 6-4 and restores the 2-goal lead for the Blue Hawks. Just high heat there. Kahn couldn't catch up.
Yeah, and it's a choice when you're playing defense. If you go into zone and you kind of pack it in a little bit, you're saying you're not going to give up that inside shot. You're going to give it up outside. And when you get a shooter like Wilhelm, who didn't really have anybody closing on him, hands and time, hands free in space, he's going to nail that. And so, I like the change from Bedford, but they're going to have to, again, continue to tighten up on this defense and get sticks on hands.
Riccio, another face-off win, been a shining star this evening for the Bulldogs, earning possession after possession. Matthews, head of steam, dodges two, draws a triple team, and finally passes out. Durso will give it up. Great job there by the Blue Hawks, knowing they needed to slide quickly and with force. Durso, stutter step. Looks backside, pass goes low. Becker there for the ground ball though. Scrappiness there, he'll drive lefty, gets the edge, draws the double, draws a triple, catches one up high, he'll get the foul. Another one gets thrown. We got a lot of flags on the ground right now. We might have a two-man advantage here, although it might have been the same player with two fouls. Either way, Becker took a beating. And it looks like laundry day for the referees.
Yeah, and Becker, young freshman who, you can't really call him freshman at this state of the year, but taking a beating, decided to run into the teeth again, and I don't know if he quite had that plan to get it out of his stick, but you'd love to see that as a teammate, just absorbing whacks. And here we are, like you said, they're going to be, I think they've actually got 3 down. Now, they've only got 2 on. I thought it was 2 down.
It's only 2, yeah.
There we
so
go.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
But this is something where you don't want Bedford to try to squeeze one in. They're going to get, with patience, a good shot if they wait for it.
2 starting defenders off, Ben McKettridge and Cam Knowles. And you'd like to see the Bulldogs work that stick pretty quickly here. Rubin in the middle of this square defense here. They make a tight box. Helton will shoot up top, hits the outside of the left post.
Yeah, and
But
Bedford,
as you look at it, this is a 6-on-4. You should be able to get a better shot than 15 yards center high.
yeah, exactly. And good shooters outside, but you're right. And there have, I think, been 4 posts between Helton and Matthews, as we see Exeter really just
There you go.
packing it in. And
Savo Ftorek rips that upper left corner. They left him alone. He made him pay. Ftorek had time and space with the left. You'll see the replay here. Quick pass from Helton. A lot of time, a lot of space, and Ftorek picks that upper corner.
See, this is why goalies are crazy. I mean, Ftorek probably could have taken 2 steps and kind of just juked it in, no big deal. He wound up. Goalies are crazy. However, I will say, Ftorek has come into his own here this year. He's had some very big goals for Bedford, really stemming the tide and getting them into games that otherwise, kind of in the past, beginning of the year, they weren't getting those types of opportunities.
Over and back on the Bulldogs. Durso tried to get it back to Helton. His pass just a bit hot to handle. Chase Barrett getting a midfielder to come over, take that ball. And wow, they just advanced 5 yards. It should have been a defended play there. Although it was over and back, so it's right at midfield, so apologies there.
Yeah, I thought Frangelo did a nice job, though, batting that forward. I'm not sure if he got caught stepping on the line or...
I think it was already well over. He hit it at the 47-yard line, not right at the 50.
Yeah,
so
fair. I guess. Okay, all right.
good effort, but just a little too shy of midfield.
This is why I
now
wouldn't
the
be a
Blue
good
Hawks.
ref. I always forget that one extra thing.
The Blue Hawks want to try to push their lead back to 2. Zone defense has been decent for the Bulldogs as they've started here in the third quarter. It's back to a 1-goal game, 6-5, the Blue Hawks by 1. Wilhelm behind.
Here. See number 11 floating wide open.
Ha. He'll score. Beats Con low. 7-5. 2-goal lead is restored. From top center, Khan just couldn't get down quick enough.
Yeah, and that's again, that's the goal you. If you're going to give up a goal, that's the one you're playing defense and scheming to give up. It's the 17, 18-yard shot. That was pretty far out there. It was just a bouncer, and I think it squirted through the legs or to the side of the leg of Khan, and he's expected to bounce up a little bit more on him. And yeah, here we go. So 2-goal lead advantage for Exeter again.
Riccio pushes forward. His shot wide. Goalie backs it up. Wilbur rounds the corner. Earns possession for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, and that's
Just feel like the Bulldogs are pressing a little too hard.
They are, and there's just little things. I mean, that absolutely has to be a backup. That's, again, kind of a free play. And it's an unforced error we talk about in tennis. Well, we don't talk about, no one asks us to talk about tennis, but maybe you, not me. However, unforced error, I think everybody gets the idea. And you're just giving away possessions, and Exeter is taking time off the clock and taking advantage.
And now back to another settled possession. They look inside, getting free. Gibney, but coming up with a huge save, Ethan Kahn. Big one there. He keeps it a 2-goal game. Gets to his low right. That's off stick side. And that was a good one.
Yeah.
Bulldogs climb the ladder. Ftorek. Far side, his pass just off. Rubin hanging out on the back side. If he could have made that connection, Rubin would have had his 4th of the night, as he was a one-on-one with the goalie. Pass just off, though.
Man, I apologize. I have to stop groaning, but you can kind of see the plays unfold, and Ftorek just probably a little bit more heat than he needed to. Just saw it, eyes got wide. Rubin coming from the backside and fired it in there. And here we see again Bedford on defense, not getting a chance to rest.
Back up top. Gibney. I wasn't laughing at your comment. I was saying his name.
There's a joke there.
Okay, yeah.
Say,
Sean Ha.
Funny how?
Why am I so funny? Love the Goodfellas reference. Blue Hawks come out with a good ground ball there. The Bulldogs put it back on the turf, though, and we're going to get playing without a stick.
Playing without a stick.
Good hustle there by the Bulldogs. Kahn will get possession from Clark. Back to Clark. He's in trouble. Gives it back to Kahn. They're going to have to look upfield. And they do. Durso. Nice change of direction there. We've seen that all year, particularly on the football field. And now they see Matthews cutting through the middle. He'll score. Durso to Matthews, back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, and I mean, look, they've been playing back and forth as we see. It was actually a really nice, clear, a lot of people touching it. And this is one where you get Durso, you get Matthews. You have to press. And so even when we're talking about Fatorik, throwing it out, that's the pressure type of game that Bedford wants to play, and that's what Exeter's given them. So no fault to the players for trying, but some of these have to just land. And I think that's one where we really saw the two, leading midfielders on the team really connecting and putting it back. And down by 1, and here we see 2 shorties on the wings, and that means they think Dylan Riccio is going to win this and go on offense right away.
And I do too, and that does happen. Riccio to himself, bounce shot goes too high, and now we have 2 guys backing it up in Fatorik and Rubin. I imagine Coach Gaudreau had some unkind things to say to his attack after not backing up the previous one. That goal, though, as you were saying, that was the first time we've seen the athleticism from these dynamic midfielders, as Durso and Matthews taking a jaunt through midfield, and now Matthews looks to go again. Good defense there by Logan Schwalje. Durso will take on the short stick. Fatorik, low and in. Drops the stick, tucks it low left. Fatorik with a hattie now. He's realizing that he needs to step up, put the biscuit in the basket. He does here.
Yeah, and that's just a good pass and a catch. Fatorik, again, a little bit of it, like I like to think about a toe drag, and was faking the fake, if you will. I think Wilbur thought he was going to come back high, and he just didn't do it. One thing I'm going to look at here, too, on the face-off as we see it, we see Matthews way down and Durso's on the 50. I think they're actually lining up such that Riccio can go out the front, and he doesn't have those wingers coming in and clamping him. And as I say that, he goes out there. However, I saw it on the last one, and that's actually what you want to do, is to give your face-off guy that free lane to the goal.
Matthews changes speed, Fatorik, and he's going to tuck another one. The Bulldogs. 3 quick goals, and they find themselves in the lead. Fatorik, 2 in a row, this time from Matthews.
I think he wants a nickname. That's why he's doing this. Like we said, you play like that, you get talked about. Fatorik's really, call him toe drag.
Yeah.
How about that? But again, really great patience. Actually waits for Wilbur to slide too far and dunks it low. Love to see this connection from the backside here.
Maybe call him low to low?
Ooh, all right.
Either way. Doesn't matter. He's got 4 on the night. He doesn't care what his nickname is. He cares about his stat line as Riccio continues the dominance at midfield. The Bulldogs, first time all night, they're in the lead. 3 straight goals, 1 from Matthews, 2 from Fatorik. Now Helton wants to try to get in on the action. Throws it backside. It gets tipped. Nice stick there by Logan Schwalje. The Blue Hawks look like they thought it might have gone off of near side Dax Becker, but it clearly went off the defender's stick.
Yeah, and we're seeing a brand of offense that it's almost like, I don't know, we're in New England, the Celtics, right? They live and die by the 3. I think we're just seeing Bedford running, and this is the fast break offense, and you're going to get a lot of these drops, but when they get going well, it's a sight to see with Fatorik scoring at will.
Durso stuns the defender with a stutter step. Back to his left, his bounce shot goes wide. And now Rubin has been dirty all game. Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb. He's got 3. And now they're going to look to ISO on that far wing. Durso draws the short stick defender. He'll go around. Tries to dunk it on the tuck from the backside, but the stuff is no good. Wilbur is there for the save.
Oh, nice
Good
check.
stick there. They get the ball on the ground. Matthews in the scrap. Nice kick forward for the Blue Hawks. And they get a very important ground ball for their offense. They will settle.
Yeah,
Bulldogs up top here now. Back in their zone. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Fatorik coming up with a nice hustle play. Got the ball on the ground, and good for Exeter. They've really not had the ball a lot in this third quarter. first time on offense in a few minutes here, thanks to Riccio on the face-off X. Let's see if they can respond.
Only 1 minute left here in this third quarter. The Bulldogs back on top. Inside pass. Great body check inside. Player looks crumpled. That was a legal check, though. Looks like Griffin Gennard took a shot to the ribs. He hops up. He'll go to the sideline.
Yeah, happy
Looked
to see
like
him
a fair
pop
check,
up.
right?
Yeah, right. I mean, he popped right up, too. I think it was the freshman, Drew Clark, coming hard as we see him slide and comes through, got a hand on stomach, and I think just was able to drive through. So really good play, and finally bringing a little bit of body on the defense there, which Bedford has not been doing thus far.
Matthews brings it over. Hands to Helton on the far side. Looks to use his frame to get some space. The double comes quickly. They recover, and now Durso. Backside, Fedoruk! Have a night, kid! 5 goals now for Savo Fedoruk. The lefty. Getting time and space. They say, you ignore me, I'll make you pay. He goes upstairs again. They're just not covering him.
Exhibit F, why goalies are crazy. But we've now seen Fedoruk, and this is a good shooter. We've seen him go top left, bottom right, and now top right. So he's around the world, if you will, scoring. And this is also due to Bryce Durso. This is Bedford seeing where the short stick is, and they chose to short stick Durso, and he was able to take advantage and get that ball to a clean Fedoruk for that goal.
Durso on the assist. Fedoruk, as mentioned, 5 goals on the evening. Matthews tries to power through a double and a triple. Still gets the shot off. Big boy and strong at that. Shot goes high, and Helton will pick it up.
Yeah, and that's a mentality, too. Bennett knew he was big and used it to not get pushed off and was able to drive that through.
Inside roll for Helton as time expires. No good. It gets snuffed out by 2 defenders, but the Bulldogs, a phenomenal third quarter. They trailed 2 at halftime. They are up 2 after 3. 9-7 is your score after 3. I'm running out of space on my paper over here. 16 goals, Jay. I'm not sure what to do.
Hey, that's good. We got to take our socks off, count the toes, but that's okay. It's good. This is good on both sides. We see Bedford really responding, and I think again, this is as much about your team. And we see some replays here. Ruben planting the foot and going, but it's much about responding as it is just general skills. And love to see Bedford come up and take the lead here, coming into the fourth.
As you're seeing some replays here from the third quarter, the Bulldogs with a phenomenal quarter, outscoring Exeter 6-2, a 4-goal swing. They lead by 2 after 3. We also want to make sure that we're thanking our underwriters. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank them for supporting our live sports coverage. Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Very much appreciate their support throughout this spring season to help us bring live sports coverage to the community. Again, this is the second half of a doubleheader. The Bedford girls team was victorious against the visiting Merrimack Tomahawks in the first game of this doubleheader. 16-6 was the score. They improved their record to 8-7. The Tomahawks fall to 8-5. Girls lacrosse team currently in 8th in playoff seeding, looking to advance to the playoffs with a strong closeout to their season. They play Souhegan tomorrow at Souhegan, 5:30 for the opening draw. We will try to bring you as much playoff action as we can. Travel schedules, conflicts, all that kind of stuff need to be sorted out as we try to figure out what games we can broadcast. But as each of these teams advance to playoff season, we'll see what we can do. As the Bulldog, the boys team right here, looking to close out their season on a high note. They play Exeter here tonight, and then they host Keene Monadnock tomorrow night at 5:30, last game of their regular season, senior night and all.
Yeah, it's that time of year where we saw senior night for the girls earlier today and tomorrow for the boys. Actually, look out in the stands and you see some of the past players here supporting the team. I think even Coach Bordeaux was here. So it's a who's who of the alumni. Love to see it here supporting the current Bedford team.
I just noticed something really weird there. Dylan Riccio won a face-off.
I know. It's been such a drought for him. The whole entirety of the break between quarters.
That was laden with sarcasm. Hopefully that came through on the broadcast, as Riccio has been dominant here this evening. Wins another. Becker tries to round the corner. Lefty, low shot is good. Becker tiptoes around that crease and pushes the lead to 3. Individual effort for number 15, the fresh.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy. I swear, he is always on the verge of falling over or tripping because he goes so hard, but he can run through the defense, and he's got a great stick when ball, someone, let's not check that stick. It doesn't matter. It's we're Bedford fans, but love to see him absorbing checks and going there. And he's an entertaining player to watch as a freshman. Got a bright future ahead of him.
As you mentioned, just a freshman, number 15, bright future ahead of him. Gets the goal there. Great individual effort for Becker.
And a little bit of a procedure call. I think they called Exeter for a delay as they were changing face-off men and changing sticks. Bedford gets another opportunity.
Checked out a Matthews stick. Durso. Looks a little slippery move left and right. Now it's back for Becker. It's good to see these non-marquee players, if you will, stepping up huge for this Bedford Bulldogs squad. Savo Ftorik, Kobe Rubin, 8 goals between the two of them. And now we're going to get another one. Pretty similar play, rounding the other side as Becker, another one-on-one move, rounds the outside of the right side here. This time comes high, gets high, over a goal line extended, and buries.
Yeah, the natural lefty coming through to his right hand, and I think this is the maturation of the Bedford team. Earlier in the season, as people were kind of finding their form, they really only had a few ways to approach, but now we're seeing the Bedford team single out the short stick, and right now Becker's got it, and he's 2 for 2 in those last 2 shots, and so that's something Bedford did not have in their past, but this will serve them well moving into the future because they have multiple weapons.
Multiple weapons for sure. As we mentioned, not those marquee players that you're talking about. Riccio wins the face-off, gets it checked out of his stick, ground ball still loose, now he comes away with it. Up quick, that's Frangelo. Now he gets it to Helton. Helton and Matthews, the 2 names that you would have expected to see all over the score sheet. Helton now loses it, gets double teamed. Rubin, one of the team names that you do see all over the score sheet. He's got a hattie. Ftorik with 5 goals on the evening. Here's Matthews, wants to get his second. And look at that, the low dangle. Guess who? Savo Ftorik, low to low. He's got 6.
Yeah, and this again, too easy as we see a cutter, Becker coming through. Bennett Matthews drawn an adjacent slide, which is very hard at this level to cover up. After adjacent means you're basically sliding into the face. The person you're trying to go guard and slide to can see you, and all he did was dump it behind, and Ftorik, again, the recipient of a really nice pass, and one-on-one with the goalie.
Sure-handed catch, lefty, low to low. Wilbur's had trouble, but again, you can't blame Wilbur on that. That's a one-on-one. That's a tough spot to be in. Riccio, weird, wins another face-off.
Yeah,
step it in.
We've seen Exeter with some really active sticks in the midfield. They're able to get the ball on the ground. It's just Bedford now in this second half has been able to win the 50-50 balls after it goes on the ground with a nice save by Wilbur there.
By Wilbur. But he goes out and in. Violation on the Blue Hawks, so the Bulldogs will get possession. That was a really nice move by Durso. He couldn't finish. Now he's going to look to do it again. Takes the rip. Wilbur stands up straight, high to high. Easy save for him.
Yeah, Ftorik was wide open on the bottom there. I thought we were going to see another dangle.
Give me a low to low. And the Exeter Blue Hawks in the offensive half of the field for the first time in quite some time. 2 goals by Becker, 1 by Ftorik to start this 4th quarter for the Bulldogs. They've pushed their lead out to 5. 12-7. Again, a 2-3 matchup in the standings right now. The Bulldogs 13-3 record, currently sitting number 2 in the Division I standings, posturing for playoff positioning. The Blue Hawks record coming in 11-4, also posturing for postseason play.
Yeah, we see Bedford here again in that zone, and this has served them well in this second half. It's really slowed down Exeter. A lot of outside shots, and the goals that Exeter has are from outside, as we see another one long as Kahn gets, but really nice switch by the coaching staff to go defensive and go zone and really protect the inside of the goal, inside of the field.
You want to give up those 15-yard shots, you have to rely on your goalie to make those saves. Kahn comes through right there. Crossfield pass for Clark. Now up for Frangelo. Gets it to Helton. Helton tries to split defenders. Gets the ball checked out of his stick. Bedford converges on the ride, and they get the possession back. Nice job on the hustle play. Helton tries to slow things down, but he'll get pressured. That's Barrett. Getting checks left and right now. Here's Matthews, close to midfield. Logan Schwalje trying to apply pressure. Matthews tries to tuck it far side, just outside right. Low to low on the backup.
Yeah, nice take there by Matthews. Kind of effortless gliding through, but was able to get that shoulder in front of Schwalje, and lefty shot low angle, but almost pulled it off. Good athleticism from Bennett getting to the goal.
Ruben draws the double, gets it up top. Here's Matthews again. He draws Logan Schwalje. He looks to run past him. He has the edge. Fakes it, draws the double, runs through the double, gets the shot off Wilbur. Great positioning. Stick side high, makes the save. Goes out of bounds. The Bulldogs will earn possession on the chase of the shot again. If it is still a shot considered on the rebound there, player closest to it when it goes out, where it goes out, is awarded possession. Despite that being out on the 40-yard line, it was still a shot as it glanced off of the goalkeeper Wilbur.
Yeah, and let's see if as Bedford here has Becker behind on the short stick, as we talked about. Good matchup as he's shown, but they really need some time off the clock as well. See if they can turn the switch a little bit, get it around. It's a good shot there, no problem against the short stick, but I think the clock is their biggest friend right now.
Wilbur stands tall in his crease. Comes up with the save there. Here's Gibney now for the Exeter Blue Hawks. Bulldogs again still in that zone defense, applying pressure. Santos gets a check in on Gibney as he made the dodge, threw him off. So his pass low and wide. The Bulldogs earned possession back. Trevor Abendroth draws the double, passes cross field. Here's Clark. Clark climbs the ladder near side. Helton steps it into the box, absorbs a check or two.
We haven't talked about the long poles of Bedford in a while, but their clearing has been really nice when they're really using that cross-field pass. It's been a very low pressure situation. Frangelo there, and it's good play as Ben Matthews charges to the goal, but good on the defense for holding strong there in the clear.
Speaking of good plays, Matthews takes on 3 defenders. There's 4. There's 24, maybe just 2. All right. Gets through the both of them, finishes up high, and Matthews has his second on the night. Story of the game, though, junior Savo Fatorik, 6 goals.
Toe drag, you mean?
Savo Fatodragoric. That's forced, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. We can get there, though.
Fatorik.
It's there.
It's close. We'll workshop. Durso, after a weird Riccio face-off win, Durso marches in, buries another. And this has been an onslaught in this second half.
Yeah, as you said, it's just too easy. And Durso got in front of number 7, Cameron Knowles, and no one was in the middle. And Durso's too good a shooter to miss that one with a full head of steam. You're right. This is a tale of two halves, and it's a different Bedford team right now. I will say it all starts at this face-off X, and Dylan Riccio has been absolutely dominant, and he is the catalyst that has started the opportunities for Bedford as they have dominated the time of possession.
Riccio pulls it back and earns the face-off win. Is in trouble. He'll turn back and away. Tough pass, handcuffed his teammate Hare, but it comes back to Riccio oddly. And now they get it up to Savo Fitorik. His pass into the middle just a little bit too low, but Durso there to back it up. 5-3 at halftime. We talked about only scoring 3 goals in a lacrosse game. That's not going to get it done. They've scored 11, now 12 here in this second half. It seems like whatever Coach Gaudreau said at halftime, it lit a fire. Matthews earns his hattie. Roll dodge to the outside, gets his hands free, rips the shot, and beats Wilbur. 12 goals here in this second half. An absolute onslaught.
Yeah, and I think that it's a little bit of, Exeter came out with a ton of energy, ton of intensity. I think that this is a little bit of the erosion of time here, and Bedford, a ton of talent, a ton of people who can as we've seen, Kobe Rubin, Toe Drag, we got Simba, we got a whole lot of people, and again, the defense really able to clear and keep the ball, which they weren't doing in the beginning of the game, and that erosion of confidence really has got Exeter back on their heels as Durso continuing to go for the goals here.
And he's gonna miss the cage this time. Riccio, guess what? He won a face-off. Backed up behind by Simba.
DJ Khaled, you mean?
Yeah.
All I do is win.
There you go. Ooh, Durso trying to get his second of the night. Shot a little bit high and outside.
Before we go too crazy, we're gonna have to check this with the team to make sure these are.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe they already have nicknames that we have no idea what they are.
I'll go DJ though for Riccio.
Yeah, all right, that
All
works.
he does is win.
Double team on Muggsy Bogues. Ball on the turf. They're scrapping though. I love the fight as Becker chasing it down, trying to get that ball back on the turf. Outlet near side. Ben McCurtich absorbs a hit by Helton. Pass back into the middle. Rubin applies pressure now. Wilbur,
nice play.
ball on the ground. Wilbur had no idea the ball had stepped out. Helton chases down the ground ball, and he's going to get an easy goal there. That's all the effort by Kobe Rubin, though. So.
Absolutely love it. Rubin, the last couple times that Wilbur has had the ball there, has faked. Rubin has gone to the wrong side, and Wilbur's gotten around. Rubin said, not so fast this time, and stuck on the stick, didn't accept the fake, and really, that was a platter for Helton. He gets a GB and a goal, all without any duress. So, again, Simba coming through.
Again, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I mean, you can't fool me twice.
That's right.
Great job by Kobe Rubin. You mapped it out. I loved it. He stayed strong on the hand. Got the ball on the turf. Easy one for Helton. That's his first of the game, Brody Helton. He's playing attack tonight, as you all know and you all have seen. 16-7. An amazing second half run by the Bulldogs here. As they trailed by 2 at halftime, they've just opened the floodgates. Savo Fitorik, the story of the game, 6 goals on the evening. Matthews with a hattie. Kobe Rubin also with a hattie. On the other side for the Blue Hawks, 2 goals by Sean Ha. 2 goals also by Wilhelm. Couple of goals, 1 goal apiece for Gennard, Graves, and Kerrigan. Early on, this looked like it was going to be an absolute battle, but third quarter spurt by the Bulldogs put them ahead 9-7 after 3, and now just 7 goals in a row, pushing it out to a dominant lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is one where this does not feel 30 minutes ago, it didn't feel like it was going to be 16-7 and kind of a ton of breathing room for Bedford. But again, testament not only to the hustle, but the mental fortitude of this team, because there were times when I thought Exeter was going to continue to extend that lead. And, the shots weren't falling, a lot of posts or really bad passes and that kind of thing. But this is what you want to see from a team who's streaking into the playoffs, is one that can hit a little bit of adversity and then take it easy in the second half of a game.
Yeah, as Will Farrell said, we're going streaking, and the Bulldogs have done so today.
That's right, bring your hat.
Everybody's coming. 7 goals here in this fourth quarter. Matthews gets pinwheeled this time.
Yeah, and as we said, I mean, that's just they've had very active sticks, Exeter, and they've stopped the premier ball handlers, Matthews and Brody Helton, a few different times. So credit to the defense there at Exeter, as they're all pointing to say, "You get him." No, you get him.
Yours. Yours.
Yeah.
Nobody goes to the offender, Matt Wilhelm. He gets a shot off, but it's wide left. We have to give partial credit here, and maybe a lot more than partial credit, to this defense. They've only let up 2 goals here in the second half. Great adjustment to move to the zone. It seems to have somewhat confused the Blue Hawks, and they have been largely ineffective here in the second half.
Yeah, what the zone does too is it covers up for mistakes. It keeps people in the passing lanes, and even if you miss that slide, there's always someone pretty close, because you're guarding an area, not a person.
And Kahn steps up, makes the save on the doorstep. Getting free was Griffin Gennard, but Kahn makes the save, but we have a violation. Out and in?
I think that was a push in the back as he was taking the shot, or after he took the shot. But yeah, really nice movement here to go to the zone as we see a pipe. Kobe Rubin could have that. Oh, he could have been the backup.
Wilhelm hits the pipe, chases down his own shot. Good hustle by Matthews to try to earn possession. Unsuccessful though. 3:01 to go here in this fourth quarter. Bulldogs ahead by 9. We've been graced by 2 of the more senior and actually very good officials in New Hampshire lacrosse. McCaffrey and Murphy make an excellent tandem. I'm apologizing for the third official. I do not know him nearly as well. Those 2 guys know their stuff. High bouncer goes over the cage here. Gibney getting free inside. Got body checked very quickly. Exeter again. Trying to get hands free. Wilhelm. Back up top for Gennard. So at this point, the Bulldogs likely to wrap up at least the number 2, if not the number 1 seed. They're going to advance their record to 14-3. They will be tied with Pinkerton on record, but on the head-to-head, they came up with a huge victory last week. And this win will put them in great position going into the playoffs. Clear down the far sideline by Stefanos Peters Dimitriou.
Yeah, good to see some other kids get some time here. Jacoby DeJesus, 22. Brooks Hardy out there. John Purnell, again, is someone who figures to play a more prominent role as we get going. However, we're seeing some options here for the coaching staff at Bedford. So good to see more opportunity and more people touching on the field.
Interesting. Purnell started the game. As you said, this was his first game all season, and Fatorik really stepped up in that attack position. The low-to-low, the lefty handling on that far side. They didn't want to cover him. They thought they needed to double very early as Rubin gets dispossessed. And Fatorik, the beneficiary of several offside passes, low-to-low. And beneficiary, I mean 6 goals of a beneficiary. Great job by the Bulldogs on the ride. Rubin.
Ooh.
High to high.
Unloaded. Wilbur stood strong, saw that all the way.
Offside high matches it, makes the save. We're under a minute to go. 16-7, this game is kind of fizzling out. It was really good early as the Blue Hawks score 1 late here. That's Kerrigan's second on the evening. Really thought it was going to be an absolute dogfight here in the second half, but the Bulldogs go on a huge run.
Yeah, we see here the goal by Exeter, just a little bit. We've been praising the Bedford defense for keeping it in and not giving away easy ones. I think this is just a matter of new folks coming in and getting used to the speed. But it's very hard, actually. You talk about a Purnell, or we saw Brody Helton come in. This game, skilled guys, it's hard to get to the speed of a high-level D1 lacrosse game here in New Hampshire. And so you give them a little bit of grace, and you understand that it's going to take some time, but getting them up to speed and going is fantastic for this team as we head into the playoffs.
Finn LaMarche took the face-off that time for the Bulldogs. The Blue Hawks win. And coming through the middle, Kerrigan gets another. He's got a hattie now. Nice cut through there. Little pass and cut as we see the replay.
Alex Kerrigan.
Gennard will get the assist on that.
Yeah, and as we talked about, again, it's just the body you may think in your mind that the body is there, but if the stick isn't coming with it, you're just not going to be able to stop and affect that shot. And Kerrigan able to catch and shoot. Nice job here by the, let's see, he's a junior.
Quickly out on the face-off and scoring. Right down the gut, Gennard. So 3 quick goals here for Exeter, trying to make it a respectable score here in the last minute. Gennard right down the pipe. Scooped up the ground ball on the face-off, shot it in. No defenders slid to him, and if they did, it was far too late. So the Bulldogs let up 3 goals straight here.
And we can see, again, if you ever needed reason to believe us that the face-off matters, that's 3 goals and kind of make it, take it. And we see Exeter putting Dylan Riccio back out there. And here we are with another possession, opportunity to calm it down, step in, and take some time off the clock. So that face-off is such an important factor when it comes to lacrosse. And we've got a pretty good one here at Bedford.
My color partner in the first game as Riccio pulls the trigger late. My color partner Emily Whittier talks about draw controls in the females game as well as ground balls. We talk about face-off control as well as ground balls here in the men's game. It really helps dictate what you do out there. Riccio, somewhat quiet star here tonight. Fatorik, 6 goals on the evening. Final score, 16-10. Jay, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, really nice game, both sides. Weather was pretty good. I did not feel in the beginning like a 16-10 game. It kind of went back and forth, but if you're Bedford, you saw a lot of opportunities, not only to clean it up, but for your unsung heroes to step up, and that's great to see.
Unsung heroes, definitely true tonight. Savo Fatorik, again, 6 goals. 3 goals from Kobe Rubin, 3 from Bennett Matthews, 2 from Dax Beckar, 1 apiece from Durso and Helton. On the other side of things for the Exeter Bluehawks, Sean Ha with 2, as well as Matt Wilhelm, 2, 3 for Alex Kerrigan, 1 apiece for Griffin Gennard and Tommy Graves. Final score again, 16-10. We want to make sure we thank all of our viewers for tuning in. We want to thank our crew. Andrew Fenn back in the studio, Eric Chellis up top of the booth here on camera over from Blue Hawk Media. Appreciate going out live to all the Exeter community too on Blue Hawk Media. For Jay Abendroth, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Have a great evening.